Hello to my all students. Today I am going to make this video specially for those students who have problem in solving direct speech of interrogative sentences in an indirect speech. We know in an interrogative sentence we ask questions, and there are two types of interrogative sentences. The first one is interrogative sentences starting with yes, no questions, and the second one is interrogative sentences starting with WH questions. So student, again there are two types of yes or no questions. The first one is interrogative sentences starting with be verbs or have verbs, and the second one is interrogative sentences starting with do verbs. And we all know all these be verbs, have verbs and do verbs comes under the category of auxiliary or helping verb. So student, while changing from direct speech to indirect speech, the interrogative sentence is changed to declarative sentence or assertive sentence, and then it is changed into indirect speech. So student, let me give you two examples. Just write in your copy. My first example is, he said, do you know me? So after said you have to give one comma, and do you know me will be in inverted comma, and after inverted comma you have to give one question mark. Okay student, so you have to change this direct speech in an indirect speech. But how will you change? Do you know the rules? If you know the rules, then you can easily solve. If you don't know, then you will face problem. So student, before converting any direct speech in an indirect speech, first of all you have to identify the tense of reporting verb and reported speech. So student, here we can see reporting verb is said, and this verb is in past tense, and we know the present form of said is say, and the reported speech starting with do, and do is in present tense. Okay, next, this reported speech will be converted in past tense. So student, the direct speech will be he. In place of said, we have to write here asked. He asked. Okay, after asked, we can't add any binder like that. So instead of binder that, we have to add here whether or if. So just put here whether. Next, in reported speech, you will be converted in I, and no will be converted in new. As we know, the past form of no is new, and me will be converted in him. So the direct speech will be, indirect speech will be, he asked whether I knew him. Okay, now my second example is, he said, why did you go there? So here clearly we can see the reporting verb is said is in past tense, and reported speech starting with why. After why we can see one be verb or auxiliary verb did, and did is in past tense, so reported speech is in past tense. So in indirect speech, this reported speech will be converted in past perfect tense. So the indirect speech will be he. In place of said, we have to write here asked. He asked him. After that, we have to write here interrogative pronoun why. He asked him why he had gone there. So student, we know the formation of past perfect tense. Before verb, we have to put one had, and we have to write here the past participle form of verb. So the indirect speech will be, he asked him why he had gone there. Okay, again I am going to give you my third example. He said, what does the man want? So clearly we can see here said is in past tense, and in reported speech we can see one do verb, and that is in present form. So this reported speech will be converted in past tense, and the indirect speech will be he asked what the man wanted.